Well, hi everyone. My name is Gloria and I work for the GSMA eSIM team as well. I'm here to present the second part of this eSIM summit. We're going to have two very interesting keynotes. The first one, as you can see on the screen, from THALES and Visible, and then we have the last one from Trufan. So without further ado, please, we're going to have Benjamin, Mazet, and Alisha Rodrigues on the screen.
Good morning, everybody. Let me introduce myself. So I'm Benjamin Mazet, Product Line Manager of the Remote SIM Provisioning Solution and Service for THALES. I have the pleasure to share today the stage with Alisha Rodrigues from Visible. The objective of my presentation is to give you some insight about challenges and opportunities provided by the eSIM technology for the telecommunication industries and beyond. But let me start by some figures already mentioned by Pablo and some news about what happened in the last month. So, first of all, as mentioned, the key events that happened in 2022 is clearly the eSIM-only iPhone 14 launch in the US that create a fantastic momentum for the eSIM technology and the adoption on the smartphone. But in parallel of that, we saw as well, not only on the consumer segment, but also on the M2M segment, a massive usage, especially from the automotive industry, to make adaptation of the connectivity service on millions of cars to adapt the connectivity service. Last but not least, and we see during the presentation of Core, is about the adaptation of the standard, adaptation of the eSIM industry to the IoT, because we need a major simplicity in the technology to address this complex market in terms of value chain, in terms of stakeholders. Some figures about the reality of the deployment of this technology on the field. More than 750 eSIM platforms between carriers, MVNOs, IoT service providers. Also, an adoption from the different OEMs, whatever we talk about, smartphones, watches, tablets, and PC. And last but not least, certainly the most important one, we multiply by 3 the number of transactions between 21 and 22, showing clearly the trend that we have on the eSIM usage. So, what we can say? Here, clearly, the massive deployment of the eSIM is there. Okay? We saw in THALES a multiplication by 2 or by 3 during this last year about the transaction, mainly due to the point that we mentioned, eSIM-only device deployment, but also the eSIM-first strategy that some MNOs has today in the world. And so the first conclusion is, we did it. The industry did it. THALES did it. We were able to deliver these tens of millions of profiles to our customer with, I would say, quality and performance. And this is, of course, due to the experience that we had in the past, thanks to the OTA platform and over-the-air technology, but as well due to this strategic move that THALES taken 3 years ago to move on the public cloud and so to use the high reliability, high scalability of this public cloud, but also, and this is a uniqueness of THALES, maintaining our sovereignty, maintaining the sovereignty of our customer by keeping the control on key assets, especially their secrets, and managing on our own the key management system for the operators. So this is due to the cooperation that we have, of course, with Google on the Google Cloud platform, and we are ready for the next step, for the next launch. Now let's talk about the challenges, okay, to keep the momentum. The first challenge is in front of the end user, because this is the key guy in this game. We need absolutely to manage the subscriber lifecycle that we have with the different that could happen, starting from the activation of also managing some events that could happen rarely or often, depending on the usage, like the device change or the device repair, and of course the subscription upgrade. And we need absolutely to keep the same seamless experience that we have in the past, even better, with something that is more and more digital. So there is no brainer about the out-of-the-box experience during the activation. We need to minimize the number of, I would say, interaction that we need with the end user. Whatever the case, if we talk about, for elderlies, the in-shop experience or a full digital experience, if we talk about a bundle of device and subscription, or the bring your own device case. Same thing for the device change. This is as well a key challenge. Not only to manage two devices from the same brand, but also device change from one brand to another. And this one is critical. It has to be seamless. Subscription upgrade. Thanks to the digitalization, this is a fantastic opportunity for the telecom operator to adapt their offer to the subscription needs and to move from a market of offer to a market of demand, answer to their expectation. So in Thales, we have already some, I would say, answer to those different challenges, thanks to our SMDP Plus and some key features that we have inside, and a deep integration that we did with partners on the entertainment server. Now, the other challenge is also behind the scene. eSIM, SMDP Plus is integrated in a whole carrier ecosystem with many network components, many processes, heavy organization or strong organization, and so we have to deal with. We have to deal with backstage or back office processes, and clearly about operation of the platform, but what we call the eSIM profile supply chain. As we mentioned, this is a critical service. It's fueled by profile that will be downloaded by millions on the fleet, and so we should masterize this supply chain. Same thing for the front office. When we talk about user management, business process, we are talking about existing process, especially in shops, so with, I would say, a physical experience, but we are talking as well about digital experience through different touch points. Carrier app, MNO portal, or new tools that could be used for marketing purpose. And this is the same thing. Here we need to be as much as possible seamless and reducing the impact for the telcos. So we need to adapt, I would say, the end user experience to this new channel, especially the digital one. The second point is certainly the most critical when you have a huge ramp up. It's to masterize the supply chain for the eSIM profile. Being able to manage your inventory to prevent you from any shortage that will have a direct impact on the service. And last but not least, the capability in real time to adapt what you are delivered to your customer to his, I would say, ecosystem, mainly to his device. 4G, 5G adaptation of profile in order to provide the best quality of service. So in Thales, we have a set of products and services to do that. SMDS and DS Connect, in order to maximize the usage of what we call the discovery service, mentioned by Pablo. This is a strong enabler to prevent barriers for a massive adoption. We have the on-demand and generic voucher, new, I would say, digital tool for the onboarding of customer as well promotion for the telecom operator. And the smart profile matcher and regeneration, clearly to manage the eSIM profile supply chain and to be able to adapt what you will deliver to your customer in real time. So let me finish by the opportunities. Opportunities delivered by the SIM, eSIM, thanks to its capabilities. Last month, we saw clearly some opportunities around travelers because carriers will be able to provide local subscription to travelers to address especially silent roamers, to give them the opportunity to continue to use their favorite application with data plan. Certainly in the coming months, and especially with big events like the Olympic Games in Paris, of course, we will have new type of offering on events that could have a short life duration, potentially subsidized by third-party company, like sport brand, food and beverage companies that will be on the spot. And the last one that Alisha will detail is new means of marketing, new means of promotion with try and buy capability. You push an eSIM to your subscriber, He can try your network, try your service, and after we can increase the conversion rate of this subscriber to a paid subscriber. And of course, more usage will come and more use case will come. So thank you very much. Please visit us on our booth, and I'm now leaving the floor to Alisha, that will give you some very interesting insights about eSIM usage for a full digitalized carrier.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you, Benjamin. I really appreciate it. All right, we've been sitting for a little bit. So first things first, let's do some stretching. OK, a little bit this way. All right. Now that you're a little warmed up, show of hands, how many people here today are using eSIM? OK. I love that. It's my face. There we go. So I have the distinct pleasure today of introducing you to the Visible brand. We are a all-digital wireless carrier based in the United States. We are subscription direct-to-consumer. And as being a digital-only business, we are challenging how legacy operators function. We're taking the best parts of prepaid and the best parts of postpaid into a hybrid carrier of sorts. No contracts, easy to set up, and we operate a little bit more like your favorite streaming services. So our all-digital model really leans into that. It's easy to use, and it's accessible for all. Everything is done digitally in our app and online. And our pricing, as a result, we don't have the bloat, is unlimited data, text, and calling on Verizon's awesome network for as low as $30 a month. So Visible is a mission-driven organization. We are here to reimagine what wireless should be. It should be radically simple, fundamentally accessible, and audaciously inclusive. So as a leader of product and customer experience, my mission and the things that I have to achieve and my team has to achieve as a disruptive brand is to really lean into innovation. And the partnership with THALES has really helped with that. We consistently deliver the best digital user experience. So eSIM, we've been talking about it today. If we were in a drinking game, you would all be trashed. So congratulations that there was no beverages served. But we've been talking about eSIM all morning. eSIM is the future of wireless, and Visible is at the forefront of that. A physical SIM card is a major reason why subscribers go into a physical store or a brick and mortar. They want service immediately. We are in that demand generation. I want it right now. I want it 5 minutes ago. It needs to exist. With the adoption of eSIM, digital carriers like Visible can continue to take share from the traditional brick and mortar play. If anyone is allowed to switch from Visible, it will take you less than 10 minutes in your pajamas, in your socks, on your couch, while your kids are screaming, whatever you need to do, without having to go into a physical store or get a physical SIM. When Visible was founded, this was a central part of our vision, and as an all-digital carrier, it is a space that we lean in and we lead in. All right, so I'm really, really excited to be sharing some amazing numbers with you today. I am happy to announce that as of January of this year, every subscriber that switched, we had over 53% of them that joined Visible, eSIM first. I'm confident that this is the first time in history of a wireless carrier in the United States that has achieved this feat, and it's one more accolade. I'll take that. As we have heard today, eSIM is the future of telecom. It indicates a definite upward trend, and we are working to make the experience as flawless and seamless and simple as possible. Our CEO, Angie Klein, often says, I want to get to 100, and I want to be the first one to get there. And we're on track. So let's get into what you're all really here for today. Let's learn about how Visible has been able to leverage the power of eSIM in some unprecedented ways. So we are really committed to taking eSIM one step further. And in January of 2022, last year, I know, it's all a black hole at this point, we started offering our prospective members a free trial. And we said, hey, try Visible, completely free, 15 days. No credit card, I don't need any personal information. Come in. It is a full end-to-end experience. You get my entire product offering, just as you would if you were a paying member. And the free trial really allows them to test us out before they make that commitment, that switch, whatever they are doing. Visible simplicity is the core of our business and the customer experience. Because we don't have stores and we're a relatively newer brand, been around about 5 years, we don't have all the years of marketing or the industry know-how, or who is Visible is half the questions I get on a daily basis. So customers may be apprehensive. They don't know who we are. Do they trust us? I don't really know. And so we're doing this in a way that no other really prepaid carrier can. It's the try before you buy mentality, which people want to do. We know that customers wonder if it's too good to be true, and so we're letting them switch, and we're proving it. We know that customers are primarily driven to switch their carriers for 2 main reasons. First one is price, and I've got one of the best value props in the United States, and I'm proud of that, okay? Everyone wants to lower their bills, they don't want it to be high. The second is network. It needs to work, and it needs to work every single time. It needs to be reliable. And because we are on the best network, it does. And so when you sign up, you get this fun screen here, and it kind of walks you through, tells you how many days you have left, introduces you to who you are. You get a temporary trial number. When you convert, you can keep that number, or you can port in your current number. And at any point you want to join the trial, you can totally do that. Or you decide you don't want to stick with us, bad choice, by the way, you can remove it. And at the end, you'll get the little, your trial is up, what do you want to do next? This product has been in the market for a little over a year, and we have learned a lot. Most of our trial users consume about 6 gigabytes of data, and they're really not using their text or their calling functionality when they're trialing with us. The average user will traditionally convert within the first 5 days of our trial. And with that, we are seeing over a 39% conversion rate, which in industry I think is pretty phenomenal. Innovation like the iPhone 14, which we've talked about here today, has really driven the trend of that digital experience. And with a very strong customer journey, we have 95% zero activation rate, a zero touch, activation rate, which means that 95% of my consumer who is going through my buy flow can get activated without having to contact customer support, customer care, look for a help article, do any of that. It takes even less time than it would take to find the, and this is going to take me a second, SIM card tray remover eject pin key tool. That little dangle thing that gets the eSIM out? Who wants to do that? Who wants to find the thing? Who has a bobby pin? It's fine. So I've actually timed this presentation, give or take, down to the minute. And while I've had the privilege of holding your attention up here, you could have been activated. So Visible is eSIM's best in class. We are disrupting the telecom industry, but we're doing it a little bit differently. Visible didn't wait to revolutionize the wireless industry to becoming the first all-digital carrier, and we're not waiting to offer the best-in-class eSIM experience in the market. Thank you all for affording me the privilege of speaking with you today.